Because so far, Israel has done a piss-poor job at trying to woo the public. I mean, their charm offensive has failed. While in the initial days after October 7th, I would say maybe perhaps the first couple of months, sympathy, worldwide sympathy, was with Israel. Because again, to Western eyes and ears, it was an unprovoked attack. Beheaded babies, women being raped en masse, civilians caught in the crossfire, and of course, the hostages, captives themselves. But slowly, as the world woke up and smelt that coffee and started to see what Israel was doing in Gaza, that's when the tide turned. That's when opinion started to change. And now, after 2 years of unending atrocities, we are now at this point where Israel is desperate. They are grasping at straws. They feel that they are, of course, on the losing side, both militarily, diplomatically, but also, of course, now in the media. I don't want to quote polls and figures as to how much the American public, for example, have turned against Israel. But, I mean, when you have such desperate acts as trying to convince the American public, and of course the wider world, that starving Gazan children are somehow a Hamas propaganda ploy, you know that the Israelis have lost the plot. Now, of course, they are in yet another crisis. They're in crisis mode because allowing these journalists in, no matter how sympathetic they may be, because of course one doubts very much if Israel is going to allow maybe pro-Palestinian or even neutral journalists into the Strip. So, I mean, they're going to be handpicking them again. But one doubts very much that these journalists are not going to report what is actually on the ground. And on the ground is, of course, utter devastation. That moonscape, the rubble-laden erasure of a people.